Protests that have followed the death of George Floyd is the need for serious change.
Several local groups have demands of their own. David Winter is at City Hall, where one of those groups is reading a list right now. David.
The Cincinnati Black United Front called this meeting today. You can see there are about 250, 300 people here right now. The group is galvanizing this protesting community. It has been actively pushing for reforms since the death of Timothy Thomas in 2001.
There are at least 4 separate groups in Cincinnati and hundreds throughout the country organizing protests. Each seems to have its own list of demands on government for fair and equal treatment under the law. They range from the radical, like abolishing police departments and jails, to more easily attained.
There are multiple groups with tons of demands.
Iris Roley gave us a preview of some of the Black United Front's demands.
For the Citizens Complaint Authority to get those 2 investigators, to get a permanent executive director, offer warnings first and problem solve before you arrest. When charging people with their crimes, cite and release, not incarcerate. And improve the data collection on arrests by race and neighborhood. The review of use of force policy and officers who have violated it multiple times.
We asked the chief earlier this week about some of these, including that last point, the ability to discipline or fire officers for violating use of force policies.
I am certainly open to any ideas and willing to explore anything that helps us do that better. As far as disciplining officers, yes, that's a challenge.
A challenge, he says, due to the collective bargaining agreement with the police union.
We very, very rarely use force, and we very, very rarely use deadly force.
FOP President Dan Hill says officers already go through cultural sensitivity training, volunteer in their communities, and like anyone else, need job protections.
And that's what our country is about due process and process, not just emotional whims or demands. And right now, the demands, a lot of these groups are going forth in like a mob mentality, and we do not want mob rule in this country.
Conflicting parties with the same goal, fair treatment.
We shouldn't have to wait for a police officer to put his knee in a black man's neck and to want to come back to the table.
The Cincinnati Police Fraternal Order of Police says that it is willing to and wants to improve its communications with its minority communities. And the mayor actually does the same by sending out a letter today saying that he is inviting all of the leaders of all of the groups that are protesting in Cincinnati into his office so he can have a substantive discussion with them and again improve. Reporting live from City Hall, David Winter, back to you.
All right, David, thank you so much. We do want to let you know that we have 2 reporters monitoring the protests that are happening around Cincinnati right now. They will have updates for you tonight at 10 over on Star 64 and then right here at 11 on Local 12.